2025, be good to me. Period. Hey, my loves. Not my voice cracking. Hey, my loves. There we go. So this is unfortunately not the update that I was hoping to be giving today. I was planning on coming on here looking cute, feeling fine, boom, crush step 1 that's behind me. Baby, that did not happen. That did not happen. I'm being crushed. I'm being rolled, freshly pressed like laundry. And I am fighting for my life to just make it through one more day to get to the other side and into 2025 because y'all, I just need rest. I am so tired of holding on to situations that I just don't have control over, right? Like there are just some things that are truly out of my hands. There are some circumstances that I can't go back in time and undo. And I just need some time to thank God that I'm even still here in medical school, alive, present, because 2024 literally tried to take me out. Okay? Now, I'm going to give y'all a brief dump because I'm not trying to trauma shock y'all and trauma dump y'all, but I just need y'all to have the context of what it is that I'm talking about, loves. So first off, going into 2024, I was telling you guys how it was rough because I just kept having these very weird tensions between myself and my classmates, my Black female classmates. So getting over that feeling of isolation and just general betrayal. I also didn't really give y'all the details about the 2 friends that I did keep out of that situation and how that went because they were still hanging out with the friend group that isolated me. And it took a very long time for me to forgive them for that. Not because I feel as though you need to cut people off because I cut them off, but just more so, you see how these people behave. You see how these people act. They also treat you poorly, right? Like these people were gossiping behind their back, not inviting them to things, and yet y'all are still going to events and outings smiling in their face. They talk bad about friends that you're claiming to be friends with. Like, how can you stand to be around people like that? How does that not bother your spirit? How does that not like weigh on you in your mind? How does that not just drain you? So it took me a little bit to forgive them and to not judge them because I understand that everybody is different. Everybody has different tolerance levels. Everybody has different ways that they perceive, you know, the world and they engage with the world. I am very much a person that has a strong sense of justice. It's the Libra in me, it's them scales. So once I feel as though you are practicing or moving with some form of injustice or just in a way that I just don't approve of, not even from a judgmental standpoint, but just more of like our morals are not aligning, our values are not aligning, I'm going to remove myself from you. So it took me a minute to just kind of like not cut them off too. Then as I'm dealing with these kind of social issues, I had the whole drama with like step 1. I fell asleep during my first initial practice and somehow managed to still get a 50%. I talked about that in my dedicated uploads, and just really not trusting myself, not trusting my gut when it came to needing more time and knowing how I study. More so, not even knowing how I study, but knowing that I never figured out how to study, right? My whole entire undergraduate career, I very much relied on my natural ability to engage with information and incorporate it into my brain, right? I was a lazy student. I was a lazy but gifted student. And being lazy and gifted doesn't really get you anywhere in med school because there's just so much that you have to do all at once. So I knew that my study habits just were not healthy. They were not good. And I couldn't really name that and label that as the reason why I was hesitating when it came to studying for step 1 the first time around. So then I had that whole drama with pushing it back, and then okay, that's going to delay my graduation, and now they're saying that I'm not going to graduate until 2027. So then the stress that came with that, because now my scholarship is going to be gone in that last year, so then that's me being behind in money and being further in debt. Then y'all, I kid you not, I feel like this was a sign from God, and maybe I did say this in my other upload. My aunt and grandmother got sick around the same exact time. My aunt had a stroke, my grandmother fell into a coma, and my grandmother died the day that I found out that I failed. I beg your pardon. So just recovering from that mentally and emotionally, realizing that my aunt didn't even really remember me anymore. She had lost a significant amount of her memories, seeing how that impacted my family. Then my grandmother's sister died. So now my dad has nobody really in his family in terms of older generations. Both of his grandparents are dead. Both of his parents are dead. Their sisters are now dead. So seeing how that impacted him and affected him and stressed him out. I had a younger brother, right? My younger brother was born in this same year, and that was stressful because I was shaming my dad, like, you are how old having a newborn, and just a lot. There was just a lot of stuff. So then as I'm trying my best to just find my emotional grounding, I find out that I have ADHD. I'm like, oh, okay, well, this makes more sense as to why I'm so like blah, 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 all the time. Okay, get medicated for that. I had horrible side effects from my ADHD meds. I'm talking about hospitalized level side effects when I first started it. It was just not good on my body. Freaking out because I thought that I had some type of thyroid disease because I was just constantly fatigued all the time. And now I'm realizing that it's probably just chronic stress. So I was panicking that entire time prior to that, thinking that I had some type of thyroid disease. Then really desperately looking for some sort of connection, getting back involved with my ex, and not to give too many details, but unfortunately I ended up in like a domestic violence situation. I don't know if I shared that too. Can't really, like, still kind of just recovering from the loss of that relationship and just the shock and disbelief that I was in that type of position, because I do consider myself to be very strong-willed, very outspoken. And so to be in a situation where I truly felt victimized, I truly felt mentally, emotionally, on top of, you know, yes, getting into a physical altercation, but just overall abused, neglected, and just hurt. And I'm still getting over that. I'm still working through that in therapy. And so as I walk myself through this timeline of just how 2024 went for me, bruh, it just wasn't good. It wasn't good. So I need for 2025 to be kind. And I have to go into 2025 having all these very hard conversations with my administration, talking about my scholarship, talking about my financial aid status, talking about my academic progression, having to talk about, you know, my academic excellence report and everything, freaking out about how this is going to look for transcripts, how is this going to look when it comes to residency applications, when am I going to have time to do all of these different things, because now I'm going to be rushing to graduate so that I don't get delayed another year. Am I okay with being delayed another year? Is that what the best option is for me? Do I just need to go on ahead and graduate in 2028? Like, having to think about all of this and deal with all of this, baby, I have to just give it up to God at this point. I literally can only hope and pray that things are not as bad as I am just catastrophizing them out to be, and that there is just nothing that can be worse than the things that I went into 2024 with. And I say this a lot on my channel about I believe in the power of the tongue and watching what you say. So I just need for the beginning of 2025 to be nothing but positive affirmations, manifesting. I'm going to make a vision board for the first time ever in my life. I've never made a vision board. So I'm going to actually intentionally sit down and pray over my vision board, pray over my goals, and really just try my best to establish habits and consistency in things that will help me have improved outcomes. So for example, I really am trying to dig harder into my content creation bag. That's why I have been trying my best to keep up with these weekly uploads. I'm going to actually plug some of my storyboarding so y'all can see just how much thought I actually put into these things. Not because I'm trying to use it as a distraction for what I need to get done academically, but just more so to be like, I need to be this serious about everything in my life come 2025. Like, I need for the plans to be planning, and then for them to be executed to perfection.
We will be perfect in every aspect of the game. You drop a pass, you run a mile. You miss a blocking assignment, you run a mile. You fumble the football, and I will break my foot off in your John Brown hind parts.
I am not playing, because the way that 2024 beat me up simply from hesitancy, simply from doubt, guilt, shame, right? All of these just negative feelings and just getting sidetracked. I can't afford that. I can't afford that going into the new year. And so I just wanted to at least come in here and update y'all on just kind of where I'm at, because I really was hoping that this would be more of an academic progress update on what is going better, but that just isn't the case. Like, my mom literally has to come here this weekend, and I probably will end up having a whole crying session. Like, y'all ever just need your mama or your dad or whoever you are closest to within your bloodline, like, you ever just need to be around them to just be like, bruh, give me a hug. Give me a hug. Tell me everything is going to be okay. Like, I just need that for sure. I know that I also can rely on God, and the power of prayer is very real for me. I'm sorry to any of my subscribers who do not believe in God, who are not Christian. This is never meant to make you uncomfortable, but this is really just me sharing that sometimes there is just a need to just lean on something else other than your own strength and understanding, because the strength and understanding ain't enough. It ain't cutting it. the capacity that I have right now, it ain't enough. I need more. I need más. So that's pretty much it. I feel like I will check back into the new year, looking at doing some fitness things, some just like health related thing. I think, hold on, actually, let me take a look at what the heck is even coming up, because I'm saying this and I don't even know off the top of my head because it's a lot. Okay, yeah, YouTube looking like some good positive updates, right? I'm gonna do some fitness routine things. I will be recording, talking about, okay, I took step 1, I passed step 1, speaking it, manifesting it, that I passed step 1, so that'll be a video. And then just like locking in for the new semester and just the things that I need to do moving forward for my academic progression. So less of just me being sad and me talking about like, dang, I'm taking L's, and more of me taking my life back. Taking charge, making plans, like I said, and executing them to perfection, because 2025 needs to treat me better. 2025, be good to me. And if y'all need some of that energy too, just type that in the comments below. 2025, be good to me. Period. That's it. That's all. I hope that y'all enjoy y'all New Year's Eve. If you guys are going out, please be safe. Please be safe. All right? I love y'all. I love y'all like family, and I need all my subbies to be subbing. Okay? Be careful. But enjoy your holidays, especially if you're spending them with loved ones. Do not take any of that for granted, because y'all, as you get older, you get more lonely, man. You get more lonely. You start realizing the, again, power of leaning onto people and not relying just on your own capacity and understanding. So just enjoy your time and be intentional, be grateful, and I will see y'all in 2025. Mwah.
So people, the body wants to relate to what's familiar, but also when you like a little boom mic.
I do.
A little boom mic, that's cool.
Yes, I have had my YouTube channel for 3 years now. I haven't been consistent, but I told myself I was gonna do better with that.
Like with the moisture.
Yeah, my hair probably thirsty.
Yeah, so when
It's been such a long time. It's been such a long time.
And see, even with hair, it sticks. So what I'm going through is rubbing it to make sure it gets down to the roots, because it's all on the hair, but it stops. So this is what happens when you do products too.
Oh,
you have to make it a point to get to the root, because it stops everywhere but.
And I definitely don't be doing all this.
Yeah, so you want to. She's out of Philly. Her name is called Moo Moo Fresh. She's pretty dope. I like her too. So they make positive music like that.
Say less, 'cause I need that.
Or the young black guys. It's a young one that got a catchy rap for manifestation. His name is I am Low Will, or I am Mellow Will. But he just said, I am the money. I am, and it's cute. It's a cute little trap rap. But it's a money manifestation. So I was like, I like it. Next thing you know, you run around programming yourself for money.
I know, right? That's what I need. Speak that into my life.
Yes.
Oh, what other? Okay, question: what oils would you recommend for scalp? Like if you had top 2 oils.
What are you using now?
How you say Ayurvedic oils?
Ayurvedic.
Okay, yeah, I use that like a blend, so it's like same shop that I get all my other natural hair stuff from.
So stick with that, because Ayurvedic, especially if they blended it for you, the Ayurveda goes with your natural body type.